Welcome back to the operations management class. Today I'm going to start unit 4. Till now you came to know various basic processes and as well as the planning methods in operations management. Today all together we are going to discuss new techniques which are very essential not only in the aspect of the subject but even in our day-to-day life also, which is nothing but the materials management. What do you mean by material and what is mean by its management? So as you know very well, generally the materials management means we consider the physical product manufacturing units. Then what do you know material? Material is something, some matter by which you can have a wanted kind of item. Let us take for example, iron is there. Through the iron ore, I mean to say iron ore material, we get iron sheets. What do you call that? The transformed form of the iron ore into a iron sheets. The iron sheets again molded into different shapes. Let us take what you call four-wheelers, cars. Was it? So doors will be manufactured. Bonnet of the car will be manufactured, dicky of the car will be manufactured. Is it? What do you call this material? Then what do you know management? You know very well, planning, controlling, executing. Because if material management is not appropriately planned in any manufacturing unit or the service unit, it leads to huge losses of that particular XYZ unit. Understand? Suppose that if the raw material is not at all available when actually all the production operations have been started, the investment on machines is going to be waste, the human resources are going to be idle, the space and other valuable resources are going to be wasted. That means beforehand, appropriate size of the material should be required when you go for manufacturing operations. Besides that, through the materials management, you are going to identify a quality vendor. A vendor means a person, an organization, which supplies generally raw material. If the poor quality of the raw material has been supplied, it leads to less quality final product, which leads to losing goodwill among the customers. So these are all linked to each other. That means always a quality raw material leads to the quality product production. So quality raw material generally supplies by good vendors who maintain standards. Through the materials management, you are going to identify who is the vendor which maintains standards, ethics, which sticks to the policies. Because something will be there on the paper and in terms of practicality is concerned, their behavior is going to be different. You will be observing the real time. So through the materials management skills and techniques, you are going to maintain a good cordial relationship with the vendors. Not only that, the materials management leads to other so many benefits. We are all going to discuss what do you mean by all those things. Okay. Now let us see this one. So the material management allows us to have the right quality, right quantity of supplies at the right time. Altogether, huge combination of machineries are there, workers are there. But as far as the available raw material is less, most of the people are going to be idle. Most of the machinery is going to be idle, which is not good for the future of the company. Appropriate material management leads us when to condemnate the parts or else the disposal. Condemnation or disposal means removing. It's nothing but appropriate use of the waste. You will be observing in cell phone companies what will be there. While manufacturing a cell phone, so many valuable resources are going to be wasted. So those what you called wasted material will be recycled again to use that one in that same product to manufacturing. Condemnation equal. Same way disposal. The best example for disposal is nothing but hospital industry. If the drugs, injections, vaccines are not appropriately disposed, the items which are being used in the what to call, I would say, operation theaters while surgeries are going on, if not appropriately disposed, what happens? It leads to so many other complications. So that creates a healthy environment. So that is also a purposeful use of what we call materials management. What is that working atmosphere going to be healthy? So when you are discussing about the materials management, don't think about only professionals. Even a common man also can learn so many things in this concept. Then actually what is the material management? So material management is nothing but management of flow of materials into an organization to the point where those materials are converted into the firm's end products. Whenever something is required, immediately providing that wanted something is nothing but materials management. So generally, a material is nothing but the matter from which things or articles are made. So just now we discussed, I try to touch upon few of the important benefits of the materials management. Exclusively these are the what we call the importance of the materials management uses. What is that? The materials management decreases production costs. Why? How? On time, if the required material is available on the table, what will be there? The production operations will never be halted. According to the timing, the production operations will be carry on. Unwanted kind of capacity of the products also will be going out. That means which decreases the production costs. Helps in procuring material for low price, just now I told. So which allows us to maintain good relationship with the vendors. These skills, which allows us to bargain the quality raw material. And finally, it leads to controlling of the purchase cost. Third one, helps smooth flow of production process. So third and first uses are approximately both are same. So through the materials management, there will not be halting of the production process. Fourth, decreases transportation cost and reduces lead time. This is very, very important. Immediately, then and there itself, if you want to transport material from different destinations, it leads to increment in the transportation cost. But appropriate management regarding material is concerned leads to the decrease of what we call transportation cost, and also reduces lead time. What do you mean lead time? The lead time is nothing but the time gap between order placing and receiving that particular order. What do you mean by that? Whenever the materials are runs out, then you are going to put the order to receive that material. The time gap, 1 week, 1 month, what do you call this lead time? If more lead time is there, again, it's nothing but wastage of the available resources. So appropriate way you can manage the lead time if you really thoroughly applies the material management skills. The fifth one, what I told you already, effective relationship with the vendors. Vendor is a person which supplies raw material. So these are few of the purposes or need or importance of what you call material management. So overall way, what you are going to cover under materials management? Scope. So here you are going to cover material requirement planning, purchasing management, stores management, inventory management, other related functions. What are those? Standardization, simplification, specifications, value analysis, ergonomics, just in time. So broadly, the material management subsegmented into 5 parts. Material planning and control, which is nothing but material requirement and planning, purchasing the material, stores management, inventory management, and other related functions. So regarding this inventory management, you are going to understand exclusively in the last unit, 5th unit. So this picture shows you actually what is the purpose of the material management and what are the other areas while understanding the materials management. So what I told you, the first area, the materials requirement planning flow chart. So where it is there? It is there in the material requirement, what you called planning. So which is a part of materials management, but which one is connected to what? Master production schedule. We already discussed about MPS. Before that, what will be there? Aggregate planning would be there. The information from the master production schedule, information from the bills of material and inventory records finally leads to what you call materials requirement planning. Now we are going to discuss all these things. Okay. Actually, material requirement planning means what? Which encompasses the identifying, quantifying, scheduling the acquisition of materials and equipment. It's nothing but which allows us actually what are the things are required, identification, how much is required, quantifying, and at what time it is required, by immediately in the next hour, next day, after 1 week, like that. What do you call that? Scheduling acquisition of the materials. What do you call that? MRP planning. So material requirement planning. So material requirement planning encompasses the identifying, quantifying and scheduling the acquisition of materials and equipment. Which is a very important function as far as any organization or company is concerned, because inventory of the materials involved 60% of the total investment of the organization. See, if you consider the total investment, 60% of the investment would be there on only materials. Hence, the importance of the material management is enormous. So this is called a perfect definition as far as the material requirement planning is concerned, which is the first stage under materials management. So what it says, it is a simple system of calculating arithmetically the requirement of the input materials at different points of time based on planned schedule of production of the finished goods. Now here the word is there arithmetically. What in arithmetically? Generally in terms of the numbers, you are going to express something. Let us take manufacturing of a fan itself. For 1 unit of the fan, how many wings are required? How many condensers are required? How many cups are required? So electromagnetic coil is required. So all this information beforehand itself, if you have, that plan is called as a material requirement plan. You take simply manufacturing of a shirt itself. If you take a shirt, there are so many components are there. Like collar will be there, cuffs will be there, buttons would be there, different, sub-materials are required, raw materials are required to have a complete form of the shirt. What to call this one as material requirement planning. If you want to manufacture sugar candies, you require flavor, you require sugar, you require dough, isn't it? And as well as the methodology to mix up, which will be converted into a candy, which is nothing but a material requirement planning. Manufacturing of a shoe you take, you required the information regarding the sole, you required regarding what you call the leather pieces to stitch to form into a shoe, the tongue of the shoe, the lace length, nothing but the material requirement plan. Like any product you take, MRP is essential. What is MRP? It is a simple system of calculating arithmetically the requirement of the input materials at different points of time based on plan, schedule, production of the finished goods. While manufacturing a shirt, before itself you need not to provide buttons. What is required? Thread is required. Matching color to the cloth is required. The base form of the collar is required. And final stage would be the provision of the buttons. Hence, what is the meaning of the time based on schedule? Points of time. Very important. Every raw material, sub-material, you need to provide based upon the need. So regarding that, this plan is going to be helpful. What you call this material requirement planning. The first stage of what you called materials management. Okay. Now exclusively understand what are the objectives of MRP. Just now I told you. So everything you cannot provide before itself. The items which are required based upon the need, based upon the time schedule, you need to provide. Everything before itself you want to keep means it leads to the more inventory, and based upon the inventory, costs are going to increase. What do you mean inventory? Inventory is nothing but something if you keep for the future purpose before itself. So that is also not a wise idea. Okay? But appropriate MRP planning leads to inventory reduction. That is point 1. Now go to point 2. Reduction in production and delivery lead times. Lead means gap. Production gaps and as well as delivery gaps are going to be reduced through the MRP. Both are essential. Finally, these products need to send to the market to reach to the customer hands. If more delivery gaps are there, more delivery lead times are there, the company loses the business. Even production lead times are more, that also creates what you call unexpected problems. Final one, realistic commitments. MRP provides information to the marketeers, marketing managers, in few kinds of, action-oriented plans. Hence, the MRP is a very, very important tool as far as the materials management is concerned. Okay. For this, from where you are getting information, which is nothing but a bill of material, a very, very important definition, BOM. A bill of material is a complete list of the components making of an object or assembly. It is also part of the material requirement planning. So for a shirt, let us suppose that 5 buttons are required, 2 cuffs are required, 1 collar is required, 1 spool of thread is required. Like that, if you specifically mention the items in terms of the numbers, in terms of the description, what do you call that? Bill of materials. For a cell phone, 1 screen is required, 1 battery is required, how many ICs are required, how many other subcomponents are required. Bills of material. Okay. Now, what are the things you are going to find when you are discussing about bill of material means? You will have about information quantity. Quantity means number. How many buttons? 5 buttons. For that button, let us suppose a number is given. Item ID, identification. For buttons, number 3. That's all. Description of the item, which holds the shirt. What is the purpose? Cost of the item. 1 button, let us suppose that from 1 rupee to, based upon, let us suppose that a costly coat is there. Buttons are going to be very costly. Overall way, for manufacturing 1 coat, stitching for 1 coat or 1 shirt, what is the total cost? 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees, 5,000 rupees. Like Armani brand, very famous as far as suit is concerned. In terms of thousands it would be. So, before that, what is there? The bill of information provides the information regarding to manufacture 1 unit of the product. The next one, which provides information for the material requirement planning, is nothing but inventory status file. What do you mean inventory status file? It consists of the complete documentation of the inventory status of each item in the product structure. On-hand quantity, safety stock level, quantity allocated, and lead time. On-hand quantity means how much is available, immediate use. Let us suppose 100 items are equal. If all 100 items are available, 100 buttons are available, yes, on hand quantity. Safety stock. Not only 100, some extra 25 items are there for future purpose. So 25 is nothing but the safety stock level. Quantity allocated. For each shirt, 5 buttons allocated. And what is the lead time? If you put order for at 12 noon, there is a chance to get all the buttons by 5 p.m. So that gap is known as what you call lead time. What you call that inventory status file. This file provides accurate information about every item controlled by the material requirement plan system. So which provides the complete information regarding MRP system. So today what we discussed the materials management, the scope of it, and what are the advantages, discussed about material requirement planning MRP, bills of material, and inventory status file. Okay. So this is a very, very simple unit, fourth unit. What is that? Materials management. And in the next class we discuss one more concept, what to call that? Manufacturing resource planning. So thank you so much.